Hi there, Sebastian here from Human Insight, and today I would like to talk to you about organizational life cycles, or as we like to call it in Human Insight, managing the growth curve. And the reason why I would like to talk to you about this is, well, a myriad of factors, but one predominantly being the coronavirus, and the impact it's having on us on a day-to-day basis as a society, but also the way that we structure ourselves as an organization at this moment in time. So, there are a couple of factors that we find interesting when understanding organizational growth and how to manage it. And within Human Insight, we use different assessments and also different models, one predominantly being the S-curve. So helping organizations and also people to understand where they naturally contribute and how their talents fit into executing strategy. But there are some nuances and also other researchers in the world that are focusing on this topic, which I find very interesting and also which we like to help explain different topics to our customers. So the one is that comes to mind is managing different horizons. And there's a lot of work, especially done by a couple of McKinsey people on this topic. And if you Google it, you can find it very quickly. So managing different horizons is a good one to understand and also which we find interesting because it kind of helps people within the organization understand that focusing on today is something different than focusing on the future of the organization. So what does managing different horizons mean? Well, the different horizons are basically the dot on the horizon you set for yourself as an organization. The strategy, the focus for this year, well, with coronavirus that can go out of the window, but hey, let's just focus on what we can do. So focusing on where you want to go as an organization is basically horizon number one. We're building and servicing certain customers with certain products. But the main question is, where do you want to go in the future and where are we headed as an organization? There comes horizon number two. So which kind of markets, adjacent markets that you can focus on with your product or service that you can open to prolong your existence as an organization. And then there's also the out there ideas. So horizon number three, the things you should look at, invest a certain amount of time that might help you as a company further in the future, and also think about what can we do to develop new product lines and services for our company to focus on so that we can jump a different S-curve. Having said that, there is a nuanced way of looking at organizational growth. Like we use the simplified model of the growth curve. There is an interesting one that's called the enterprise model of M.G. Taylor. And what M.G. Taylor did a long time ago, and he did it better than we did. He described the different stages of an enterprise model. So you can understand that we've created a nice little visual to help explain what's actually happening. So here we go. So if an organization grows, it starts with an idea, it finds customers, it gets traction, it kind of goes through humps and challenges, humps and hollows, and focuses on eventually getting some traction to market. That's the green line. So a company's found a niche for himself, and it's actually building some money. But what you see after a while is if you don't really invest in the company itself, the growth kind of flattens down. So then a new thing happens. People within the organization start to think about, okay, what are the things, horizon number two, what are the things that we can do next to the existing business that will help think about product, extract value for our customers, but also for the company to kind of focus on now. And that's basically the blue line, overcompassing the green line with growth. You already have a sales pipeline, you already have a customer base where you can easily extract value from and also cross-sell, do some additional sales in different markets. And eventually, also, if you don't reinvest or renew yourself, that growth curve will kind of go down again and flatten and will cease to grow. And it's right in this kind of area where organizations are looking to reinvest, reiterate, and especially in that late phase, finding new ways to kind of grow as a business as a whole. And that's where the red line comes into place. The entrepreneurial button, where kind of the existing business lines is kind of flattening out, the new Horizon 2 business is okay, but it's flattening in growth and sales. So there's a new kind of wave moving forward as an organization, the red line, that's kind of helping reinvent the company, reinvent different products and services, or also think about new features and products and services altogether. And Taylor describes it as the entrepreneurial button. I like to see it as that moment in time where you as an organization or entrepreneur really understand, we really have to transition ourselves as a company moving forward and rethink about what we're actually doing for our customers and also what we're doing in the market. What's our reason of being in this case? Now, the interesting thing is that managing these different kind of red, blue, and green lines is very complex. And the reason why it's complex is, again, during a couple of factors. And these factors are, scratch that, they've been researched by different people. And again, you can Google this. There are some interesting researchers that have called this ambidextrous leadership or ambidextrous organizations, where you as an organization are actively managing different organizational life cycles within the company. And it stretches oneself. It stretches talent, it stretches people and also management, because a product, for example, can be in the later phases of an organizational life cycle, but at the same time, new features, new products can be launched, which have to have different talent sets, different skill sets to be managed well and put into market and place. Now, the interesting thing is that you see a rather big debate between the two, which is managing these two different ways of working can be very complex, because you need different talent sets, you need different skill sets, you need different people altogether managing these things. And where it comes down to is being aware of where you are as an organization. So using the growth curve that we use for organizations and having people within your company to plot, where do you think that we are as a company as a whole? Where do you think our products and our product portfolio is sitting at this moment in time? Where do you think that we're moving towards? And having that debate and also open discussion is where we see there's a lot of value for not only leadership, senior leadership, direct reports, but also people just contributing to your organization from day to day. Now, of course, we would like to share what we have here. And if you would like, we have an organizational quick scan whereby you can actually look at where am I now in this organization in time and where are we headed towards. And especially now, focusing on the future, which is uncertain, we would like to offer you the ability to at least check where you think you are at this moment in time. And think about what can we learn from today in focusing on the future for Horizon number 2 and Horizon number 3. Having said that, thank you for your time and looking forward to having a debate and open discussion about this topic. You can connect with me on LinkedIn or just write me an email and send it towards Sebastian@human-insight.com. Thank you and see you again soon.